Welcome to the first video in the second unit, and this is the first topic that we're going to be looking at. There's two videos contained within this topic, and this first video is to do with stem cells. You might already have heard of stem cells if you've heard of them being used for medical purposes, heard of that in the news. But stem cells are found in animals, and they're able to make copies of themselves. That is, they're able to self-renew. But what they're also able to do is this process over here called differentiation. Now, differentiation means that a stem cell is able to become specialised. It's able to form certain structures that enable that cell to do certain jobs. So it's able to specialise into all sorts of different types of cells in the body. In this case here, it's talking about a specialised cell being a white or a red blood cell. But stem cells are able to differentiate or specialise into all sorts of cell types, skin cells, brain cells, muscle cells, etc. So we now know that stem cells can self-renew, that is, make copies of themselves to produce more stem cells, or the stem cell can differentiate or specialise into specialised types of cells. So stem cells are involved in growth and repair, and there are two types, and we'll go on to look at these now. The two types of stem cell are embryonic stem cells and tissue stem cells. Now here's an image here showing embryonic stem cells using a very special type of microscope. Now, embryonic stem cells are found at a very, very early stage in the development of the embryo, and stem cells that come from these embryos can develop into any type of body cell. In other words, they have the ability to be able to become specialised, to become anything at all in the animal's body or the human's body: skin, muscle, liver, lung, etc., etc. So let's have a look at tissue stem cells. Tissue stem cells can be found among the tissues or organs in your body, such as the bone marrow, skeletal muscle, brain, etc. Now, tissue stem cells are like repair kits. They're regenerating cells that are damaged by disease or by everyday wear and tear. They are more limited as they can only differentiate into a limited range of cells. So, for example, here is a blood stem cell here. It's found in the bone marrow. Now it's only able to differentiate into different types of blood cells, specialised blood cells, like white blood cells or red blood cells. This type of stem cell wouldn't be able to differentiate into a lung cell or into a skin cell or whatever. So it's slightly more, or it has a more limited range than an embryonic stem cell. I did say at the beginning of this video that stem cell treatments have hit the news in recent years, and the examples of important medical uses that stem cells have: the stem cells in the bone marrow in the centre of bones can be used to treat leukemia, which is a type of cancer caused by abnormal blood cells, or stem cells can be used to grow new layers of skin that can be used to treat burns victims. It's hoped in years to come in the future that scientists could use stem cells to cure conditions such as disease or diabetes, spinal cord injuries, etc. And stem cells are also useful as they can be used as an alternative to testing animals when testing experimental drugs.